I thought I'd let you know about coaching. I'm a trained coach, and most people don't really understand what coaching is. They think it might be related to counselling or therapy, and it's kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum to coaching. Coaching is on the opposite end of the spectrum. So rather than advising people or telling them what to do or being very touchy-feely, it's actually the opposite of all those, and that's saying it's actually quite a clinical process. So the coach talks to the coachee, that's the other person, but actually most of the time all you're doing is nudging them along through a series of questions. So basically, if you want to be, you have to want to be coached, and it's all about looking to the future and the coachee solving their own problems. The coach just nudges them along by asking them a series of questions, open questions. So an open question would be a kind of, there's closed questions which are like, a yes/no answer. So, are you a woman? Yes, no. As opposed to, what did you do today? That would be an open question kind of thing, or a semi-open question. I'm having a hard time thinking of a really good open question. Anyway, coaching is quite a clinical process, but it's a very good way of helping somebody solve their own problems, and that's basically what it does. And actually, a lot of the time, as a coach, you actually don't say very much. Silence is really important. So you might ask a question, and the coachee sits there and thinks about that. And you could give them 30 seconds or a minute, and as long as it doesn't feel ridiculously uncomfortable, you just allow that silence just to be. And then gives them time to kind of cogitate and think about what's going on in their own mind. And basically, you hopefully hold a safe space between you and the coachee, and it allows them to think what's actually going on in their mind. So it actually just gives them time to think and work out how they've solved the issue before, or you nudge them along. And it's quite a scary process if you've never been coached before, because it's this whole thought of actually, if you're being coached, you're doing all the talking, the coachee is doing all the talking, really. And it's potentially quite alien, but it's quite good fun as well, I think. A good analogy for a coach versus like a coach would be, it's like you're a mirror. So all I do is just reflect back. So if you were the coach, I'd just be reflecting back to you what you said and nudging you along. And I actually don't give you any advice or put any of me on you. That's basically the summary of being a coach. So.